Hello. Hello. I don't want to be running this. I want to be running this. Let's make a new debug build. We have a gameplay bug that is causing a problem. This level is not in the level set for some reason. All right. So we have a problem where, okay, so first of all, that should fall further than it is. I'm suspecting it's just a z coordinate of the level thing. Let's see. Z3, Z1. So, like, why does that happen? Why does that stop falling? First of all. And then, why does this guy not stop falling? This is very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Hello, sir. It's not that bad. But this is really weird. I did edit the falling code not that long ago, but you know, I work on so many things. It's like I don't remember what I did. Is this a puzzle game? Yes, the puzzle is, what is the bug in the game? So the characters are falling exactly the same. And then I try to walk to the right, and we're getting errors that we supposedly moved but issued no transaction. This is all really weird. Let's see. Is there anything else we can see about the level by turning things on? There's an annihilator object. That's what that thing is down there. What's that? That's the sun. That shouldn't matter. The position of that in the world shouldn't matter. Okay, well, my first idea is let's figure out why this stops falling. Right? And because that shouldn't happen, and that should give us a clue. And it's probably, I feel like actually there's one other thing to check. Let's look at the settings object, because that has the grid in it. Z minus 24 to 37. Yeah, that seems plausible. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So we're going to go to falling here, and we're going to go to stop falling. And then we're going to find out what entity ID that is. And we're going to go backwards. So okay. How about minimal stop falling? Okay. Are our breakpoints working at all? Interesting. Oops. So this is some special teleport falling handling code. There's some complicated code in this game, okay? See, supposedly we call stop falling. Maybe breakpoints aren't working right now. I don't fucking trust anything right now. Okay. Add falling move. This, I did edit this function. So this might be a problem that I caused. Okay, let's maybe try setting a breakpoint there. 1, 2, 3. Let's actually go to here. So at some point we'll get an is teleport. No. Let's see where it's at. Okay, fine. One more. All right, this is a teleport. Okay, we don't even get here again. We don't get there the second time. Where does that happen? Okay, that's in falling. Start falling. Continue falling. Okay, well, here's what we could do. We could go again till we get the teleport move. Is teleport false, 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 true. Okay, so now we'll break in continue falling. There we go. Okay. So we're in continue falling, and this is deciding to stop falling for some reason. Oh. Because of this line that I probably added. Wait, that's old. September 2020. But this is going to fuck us up. Okay. See, date your comments. That's very weird because it means, in principle, nothing could teleport fall more than one move in a row. But there's some other levels that do that happen to work. Maybe they stop falling for a second and then refall again. Let's get rid of this. Come on. Dude, it took like a second to get rid of my red circle. Hey, look. That's better. Hey, look, my guy is no longer infinitely spamming. Cool. Okay, now let's try to solve the level, because I've never been able to play this level. This definitely didn't break any other levels. Well, it actually probably didn't, but that is a possibility. It's a good thing we have a full test suite of all the levels, isn't it? All right, so I kind of don't understand. Let me see. So if I go all the way down and I go out here, I can't even get off here, right? I just like die. So someone has to cut the power. Now, either I mean, it probably, oops, that's not good. It probably has to be Promised Guy who cuts the power. Wait. I don't really see why there are so many stones here. Whoops. All right, so boom, 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 boom. He is there. Oops. Lol. But like, yeah, okay. I don't think this is a very good level. But we fixed the bug. All right, so let's take the W on that. We're going to commit. I'll also send an email. Okay. All right, well, Should the rock float above him or crush him? I believe it should crush him. We can verify whether that happens. I think it will. So like, oh, we ran the release build, and by we, I mean me, and we didn't rebuild that, so it still has the bug. So if we send this guy down, and then we do this, yeah, he gets clobbered. It's a little weird that he falls a turn later, but we're not fixing that. That kind of cosmetic bug, we're waiting till later, because right now there's bigger fish to fry. Okay, that was bug 1 on my list. Okay, we got another easy one. Is this happening here? Yeah. What's going on with the menu colors all of a sudden? Why are they all grayed out? That was really annoying me. It especially looks grayed out on my laptop. Input remapping, that shouldn't change menu colors. I mean, maybe it's been like this for a long time and I didn't notice. Let's just look. Let's just look. Draw item. Oh. It was this one. So he replaced make vector with struct literals, and probably one of the numbers was copied incorrectly. Also, there's new line spam, which is always fun. I mean, in principle, if it was just changing the punctuation. Maybe there's like a weird bug, because that ought to be an easy... if you're just changing the punctuation around it, shouldn't affect things. Item color. It's really this. Probably, right? 222 out of 255. red, green. That's pretty light. Did we have a... Let me change this back to make vector 4. Maybe we had a... I don't see how that's a bug, honestly. I don't... Yeah, same result. That's what I would expect. Maybe somebody just changed it at some point and I didn't notice for a while. Let's at least make sure this is the right color. Maybe someone changed the background color accidentally and that's not their... Oh, this is the wrong thing. Okay, that's why. So this one's fine. We're in the wrong if statement. Item color. Colon equals color. So this is passed into us from outside. Item color. Oh, okay. It's that alpha probably. What the hell? Item color. This is what? Okay, this was introduced after this change that we're looking at, actually. So go back to the log here. It wasn't this revision. So it was one, okay, it wasn't that one. Was it me? Why did I edit menu? Wasn't me. That means it's the summer intern. He's been a good summer intern, but sometimes things happen. Item color, right there. Because he was adding another page to the menu. See, here, he just goofed. Because I have K as 0.5. But the alpha was 1, and he just didn't put the alpha 1. That's all. That's all. But when you edit things, here's the thing. When you edit things, you should see if they changed. Hey, look at that. I could read the text. It's not like that's a very small innocuous bug to introduce. It's fine. But you got to be careful because if you introduce that kind of bug, what else could get introduced, right? That is harder to notice. That's the thing. That one ain't so bad, but what else, right? What else? Okay. So that solves the mystery of the menu. All right, let's do the escape bridge. Why is the menu so faded all of a sudden? We know now. All right. Escape bridge. What I noticed was the following. So when I reset this level, okay, now it's not happening. You do notice, so I'm going to reset once, and the thief is in standing animation, like idle, and which animation is that? Active idle. And, but I reset again, and the thief's in inactive idle. That's a bug, but like I said, we got to prioritize things. So I'm just going to note it down, because that is indicative of a problem we want to fix. It's an inconsistency. Let's just start these goblins facing the right way, so that doesn't happen. All right. Reset. Okay. Reset. So the bug that I wrote down isn't happening anymore. The bug was we have this thing called the view giver. It wasn't getting picked up. Now it is. So maybe it was a data error in the level. Okay. All right. Let's turn on sound, because this is the one that's annoying me and is going to fuck up the playtest. We got to turn on volume mixer and re-enable for this game. Boom. All right. See how you can hear me running around? Now, if we go to the overworld, Mr. Streamer, why is the frame rate? Okay. So here, okay, it is working. So maybe it's only in release build. Oh, hold on, wait. Walking works. Here we go. So I'm pushing this thing, and there's no frickin' sound. But if I'm lower on the overworld and I push a thing, there is sound. So like, let's just cheat on this, for example. Okay, that was the wrong one. Wait, there isn't sound now. Okay. So there just literally isn't sound. That at least makes it easier. It's not... So are we making particles for it? Not necessarily. Do we play sound here? Sound event. Who does the pushed sound? Menu, restart level, undo move, beam instantiate, wands. Pull block, pull, push block, enact move. Let's try, this is just like a regular block over here, right? So we're not getting a push on that at all. All right. So either we're not issuing this sound event, or there's something fucked up in W-wise, which God only knows how I'm going to fix that today. I'm not. But we could at least identify that and ask the sound guys what's going on if that's the problem. So push, block, run being pushed hooks. All right, let's see if we're even calling that. I say it's at least 70% that we're not. Run being pushed hooks. Oh God. We're fucking running that for literally everything. Let's try there. Okay. Okay, we are doing this. Okay, well, wait. What just happened? Because we went into this big switch statement. We didn't play a sound. Okay, I guess that's... We're still in run being pushed hook, singular. So we did that. Okay. So, is our first rock pushed set correctly? It is. Sound event. I don't like all that. All right. So I guess I'm going to send an email to the audio guys because I don't even have the client for frickin' WIs. I don't know. I don't want to get into using that at all right now. So let's validate that that's happening in release build still. Or if we can observe anything else about the behavior. Oh, we have this muted in volume mixer. Boop. Yeah. Okay. I'm sending an email. Audio problem. Sometime a while back, many classes of audio events stopped playing on the overworld. Objects being pushed, objects falling into water, etc. No sound is played at all. I did check the code, and it is issuing events to WIs. So either something got misconfigured in WIs in the WIs files, or else we are hitting some other kind of problem, like a lack of like running out of resources in some way, having too many entities registered, or something like that. This is blocking us from playtest, so take a look, because I do not know my way around WLabs at all. Literally have never launched the program. As mentioned, we are mostly on pause for financial at the moment, but I will happily pay for the time required to fix this, since it is a big problem. Thank you. Well, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Okay. Well, So let's just put that down there. I mean, it's not solved, but we have delegated it to somebody to investigate and tell us. Now what? I could do console command stuff. You know, I use the little command console in here a lot, and oh, let's fix this problem. We're getting data reports 572411. Wait, is that in the overworld? It has a writing on ID set. It absolutely should not. Boom. Fix that. That is a newly introduced problem. I introduced it last night. All right. Cool. Okay, so what do you guys think is the right rules for command prompt? Like, you know, if you have a bunch of commands, right? And then you go back and you hit enter on one of them. And then I type, and then I go down, right? So it was still at this one. You know what I mean? I think, right? So let's do that again. We're at the top one, and then foozle, and then we go. No, it wasn't even. It's not even at an index that makes sense. Okay, here, let's start over. This is, so the command cursor ordering has been messed up, and the problem is that reminds me way too much of the Microsoft PhD console, so we have to fix it, right? Okay, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I cursor up to 1, and then I edit it like 1 again. Okay, now I'm going to hit down. 3. Okay, so like it put us on 2 for some reason. And then we cursor down to 3. It put us on 2. I don't know. We'll look at that. But so should it stay on 1 when I type 1 again? This is decision number 1. Should it stay on 1 when I type a new line, or should it drop to the bottom? That's question number 1. What do you think? And then number 2, what if it's the same command? What if I go to 3 and just hit 3 again? Is that different? Should I stay on 3 because it was the same? You know what I'm saying? What is everybody's favorite console, and how does it do this? Drop to the bottom always? Every run of a command is a new copy in the history. Well, that's how it is right now, but I was thinking I was going to stop that too. Because if you run a command 17 fucking times in a row, you don't want 17 entries of that in the history. It's annoying because then you have to go through all of them, but that's how it is right now. Always, everybody's saying always drop to the bottom. Just dedupe last entry. Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. You dislike the command word as a history, but position changes. I definitely want a dedupe at the end. I think it's a very limited dedupe where it's just, look, if you do exactly the same command as the previous command, we just don't add it to the history, right? I think that's easy. Hold on, while we're talking about this, let me take the W on these other small changes that we did. All right. Fixes to levels. Fix menu colors. Bro, somebody edited menu while we were doing this. Now what? Now what? It's like people are working on the game. Menu. Very simple input wait. Okay, that's see what the changes were. Okay. Wait, I thought that was already okay, you know what? Maybe I didn't update that file this morning. Or no, I guess I did, but right. Okay, because I remember seeing this in the log, but we had updated before this went into the log. That's the thing. All right. Programming. To actually visually show you navigating the history. I mean, we could do that, but that is a fancier thing than I want to do right this second. Like, right this second, I just want to fix the glaring problems that annoy me from day to day. And then we can talk about improving it beyond that. But one thing at a time. Yeah, how do I disable the partner anniversary? I mean, it's great that you all are happy that there's a partner anniversary, but also I can't fucking find the thing where you block things. All right. I'm about to go partner only chat. Oh, block terms and phrases. Partner anniversary is now added. Okay. It's a good thing we're not trying to program on a sloped roof. That's all I have to say. Okay. So let's do the dedupe only at the end. That's easy. And then we could think about the other thing. Console? Yeah, that's where it is. Add to history. Navigate history. We'll be looking at that in a bit. Console add to top. Oh yeah, because we have different topic tabs, which is a feature that we never use. It's command history. It's a different thing. See here, when we say command history index equals command history.count, supposedly that pops us to the bottom. We're not looking at that yet. What the hell is going on? What the fuck? So that might be getrect command history. If there is such a thing, let's look at that. Yes, okay. So, okay, so this is probably not relevant to what we're doing. how is anything ever getting into the command history? Like, is this even being used? And it's just fucking obfuscated now? Maybe that's why it doesn't work. Zero. That's why it's all fucked up, because the code doesn't even make sense anymore, because it's been edited a bunch. What? So when we say navigate history, what are we even doing? Bottom line index. Wait, this is confusing because history is maybe history of the text. Okay, when I press up arrow, what is even happening? Okay, that's not in the key map. Move cursor up. Oh, this is the wrong file. Arrow left, arrow right. What the fuck code is even running right now? Like, is this actually get-rect text input history? I don't think so, because I don't think the get-rect cursor is that fucked up. I think this hasn't been converted yet. No, we do call text input. Okay. So this is in the actual get-rect widget now, which means none of this shit works. This doesn't fucking work. See, this is what happens when people edit code. They're not that serious about it. It's just like stuff breaks. So that's why the behavior is especially bad now. It was always a little bit funny. So what we're really going to need to do is go to the get-rect widget and add these behaviors, right? And we can put those on the theme for the widget. Who calls this get console command history? Autocomplete. Why are we searching the command history when we're already searching all the known commands? This doesn't even make sense. Oh, well, it kind of does. Because you could match your arguments. But for now, Okay. Now the problem is we still have 2 frickin' copies of GetRect because we can't seem to get that under control. All right, let's just see if this even compiles still. No, don't run it. Compile it. Single, what? Okay, so now our problem is the summer intern broke the game in his recent check-in. As far as I can tell. Except we somehow have a release build. So maybe he didn't break the game. Maybe it's like local modifications. Oh, it's okay. No, here's what it is. He didn't break the game. He modified the module of key map in a way that I'm maybe uncomfortable with, right? Because again, we're not supposed to frickin' break anything. Okay, so I guess he added this structure, single key mapping, which is weird because it sounds familiar, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a name that he has. You know, adding things is fine because we don't break old programs when we add things. All right, so maybe this is fine. It compiles, it runs. So that's great. Remove some nonsensical command history stuff. Then we got to go to the GetRect widget. Okay. For now, so I don't think the current behavior anybody wants. So instead of making it configurable first, because I honestly kind of want to go out in the world and work on my laptop, which I do a lot, and as opposed to sitting here at home. That's one of the reasons I don't stream that much, is because I don't like sitting at home and programming. So how about if we just put in the default behavior that we want, we're going to have to do it twice, once for the left-handed GetRect, but we'll make sure it works here first. So when we press enter, we add to the command history. No, you don't say command history index plus equals 1. That doesn't make sense unless you're already at the end. Command history index equals command history.count minus 1. Always jump to the end. For now, we could make this configurable. Okay, so that's that. Now, if we are duplicating the last entry in the command history, just skip it. If we would duplicate the last entry in the command history, just skip it, since we don't want to spam smap with identical commands. We could make this configurable. Okay. Should add is false. If we should add, So we don't need this test anymore. Actually, no matter what, we will pop to the bottom. If text, if command history do we have an array peak? Let's just say this. Should add equals command history and text is not equal to peak. Yeah, so we can say text is not equal to peak command history. That's it. All right. Actually, if we want to be real Perl programmers, how about that? How's that for some real programming? Okay. Let's see what that does. Oops. Pre-modification text. I don't know why we're copying the copy. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I can't fucking go up and down at all. Is this because the history is 0? Dude, this was supposed to be an easy fix. Supposed to be an easy fix. The problem is I deleted all that command history stuff. Whoops, I just closed Twitch chat. Dang it. I deleted all that command history stuff. And didn't test to see if that somehow affected things. I don't think it should have. Let's just... Oh, you know what? I did this wrong. I was trying to be such a Perl programmer. Obviously, if command history is empty, we'll never add anything. Duh! Duh. Chat is going off on BTW. I use Linux. Yeah, that's the standard bike shedding. People always talk about easy shit that anyone can talk about. as opposed to like anything that actually matters or takes skill. 3, 4. Hey, look, I've got command history. If I go to 1 and say 1 in the bag, 4, 3. Okay, so now we're at the end. Actually, no, we're not. Oh, yeah, we are, because we were at 1 in the bag, but then... Okay, here's the problem. When you're at the bottom and you tap up, you want to go to the last item. We're setting it to the last item. We want to set it to 1 beyond the last item. And I guess we're handling that. All right, let's try 3. Okay, let's try 3 again. 3 again. And it's only in there once, so that's great. Only in there once at the end. So, let's just... I'm also getting annoyed by smudges on my screen. Like, you would think I could just, like, not touch the computer screen, but that's apparently not possible. So, you know, we gotta de-smudge once in a while. Gotta de-smudge. All right. Why not just writing the condition for should add directly in the if statement? Because often what happens as code grows is you want to add more reasoning. And often it could happen in this waterfall fashion where, for example, by default we add, here's a reason we wouldn't add. Here's another reason we wouldn't add. Here's another reason. And your code can grow by adding these reasons. If you try to cram all this shit in the if statement, that doesn't work. And so you just learn. It's a programming maturity thing. You just learn that you're going to want to do this. Okay? At least that's my personal style, is to realize that I'm going to want to do this. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. When you start learning programming, it's very easy because it's part of the programming culture that is taught to be fascinated by how small can you make things or whatever, because that's like pretty or whatever. I mean, obviously it can be taken to an extreme that's very ugly, but you know, like there's this idea that conciseness is attractive and appealing and a sign that your code is good. That's not really right. Because the problem is, if it takes you any energy or effort to create that conciseness, it's a sign that that conciseness is, you know, it's tailored to that exact situation that you have, right? Oh, hey, I have exactly this set of clauses so I could factor it this way and whatever. And the problem with that is, as your program changes, you're no longer going to be in that ideal situation for that factoring down. So you have to break it. You have to expend energy to go back in the opposite direction of what you did, right? People with programming experience will understand what I'm saying here. And so you just shouldn't do it in the first place because you're just going to have to undo it. And after you've done that enough times, you realize like, oh, it's actually not that nice of a thing to do because it creates more work later. Is my camera... Like, I can't tell if it's just reflecting something bright or if I have like a giant thing on the lens. I think I have like a giant thing on the lens. Maybe not. Like what would that... I feel like I have a big smudge on the inside of the lens. I don't know what's going on there, dude. Camera lens looks weird. I'm going to attempt to wipe the camera lens right now. I don't think it will do any good. Because it looks like it's kind of inside. How do you get a weird thing? Oh, no, you know what? It's maybe just a... Dude, I don't know. I don't... No. Yeah, that's not on the outside. I don't know what's going on. I am very confused right now, dude. All right. Well, looks fine on your end. Yeah, it might just be a really weird reflection, but it looks like a scratch. Why don't I rotate the camera? I still can't tell. Maybe it's a weird reflection. Okay. Okay. So, now, I just want to port this to GetRect left-handed. Yay. It's going to be exactly the same code. Literal copy pasta. And we're running the tests. Don't forget to fix the -1 in history. Oh, you are correct. Oh, hold on. I think that these errors are just because I control-C'd. You are right. Let's make sure that that works. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Like, how stupid is it that, like, changing your output color in a console changes it forever? That's the fucking stupidest thing. Who decided that? Who decided that? All right. Goodbye. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay, so I hit up, we go to J, K, L. So we go to A, B, C. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. So now if I tap up, we should go to J, K, L, right? Fuck. No, we should go to ABC 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. Obviously, because that's the last command. That was the problem before as we were going to JKL. Never mind. I was like, it's wrong. No, it's right. No, it's right. It's right. Cool. All right. Great. Now my console is screwed up forever, but it is what it is. Commit. Oh, these are just going to be some cleanups because the real changes were in GetRect. So let's... Oops, that's the wrong one. If I CLS, does it fix it? No. You have to like make a new tab. This is so stupid. Let's close our old tab. There's, you know, we could run a program that changes the color back to normal. Okay, okay, we didn't need that at all. So we just need to, there we go. Great. Let's add that to the change log. I haven't done any compiler changes in a while. So, bro, we haven't shipped a compiler in a month. It's time for us to do some compiler work. Okay. What did we just do? Text input. Command history behavior has been changed to be more reasonable. Did I change that? Yeah. Okay. It always jumps to the end of the history when a new command and commands are deduplicated against the last. Commands going into the history buffer are deduplicated against the last command to prevent a buffer getting filled with spammy copies of the same command. Okay. Take that, W. Boom. All right, that might be it for now. Don't forget to Benny test. I don't want to do a Benny test on stream, but because, as we get closer to the game release, we're trying to keep from spoilers. But I will run one. We should now have a release build with my change in it. Yep. So I can run that as soon as I sign off the stream. All right, thanks everybody. This was kind of short, but we got our bug fixes and investigations going, and that was good. And we delegated some other ones. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you later on.